same. I submit and I cook and I clean and I never hold back on that pop. I'ma let it rain. Made me honest, I gotta rain. All praises to the most high, let it sing. A real man able, sister never came. And I ain't going nowhere, this is not a game. Look at you, girl, you're lonely right now. Settling for bums instead of in the most high. He provide and protect, so he get our respect. And he leading us aboard when them chariots fly. I don't really think you hear me though. You can't cross this bridge on some billy goats. Let them save you in the end like a Seminole. Be help me, shout it, let the silly go.
One time for the men doing cane thing. Dead fresh to the T, living super clean. 3 times for my foe that came up. 4 times cause the man can't control up. 1 time for the men doing cane thing. Dead fresh to the T, living super clean. 3 times for my foe that came up. 4 times cause the man can't control up.
Shalom and shalom, sisters and cousins, and praise the Lord, saints. It's your favorite housewife, Miss Mono. To everybody on my IG, I'm sorry, the phone just flipped. Okay, I got y'all back. My bad, you guys. Trying to set the phone up and everything. All praises to the Most High. Thank y'all for being here with me this evening. You could have been anywhere on this worldwide internet, but you are here with me, and I appreciate that. Shalom and shalom, Angelina. Thank you for joining me. Thank you to everybody that's watching. For those of y'all that don't know that little whole spiel, you could be anywhere in the world, but you're here with me, and I appreciate that. I got that from somewhere. It's like an old concert opening or something like that. I don't know. But anyway, can we talk about the weather? Like, I don't know. I talked to my dad today, and he lives in Michigan, and he was saying that the weather is foggy and rainy and just muggy there too. So it's just really crazy. The weather is not cooperating with us right now. But anyway, so look, I'm having some issues with my internet, and I wanted to show you guys a video, definitely this one. But I don't want to risk my whole situation. So I'm gonna try to talk to y'all about it a little bit after I do my shout outs and everything like that. And then we're gonna get to our main topic. Why Boaz don't want your ass? Because you follow fools quickly. So we're gonna talk about that. And I'm gonna need y'all to pull up. Like when I get into the main topic, I'm gonna need y'all to pull up because we're gonna do some imagining, some traveling, some backing and forthing. So at that time, y'all gonna get you some snacks, okay? Because I'm an eater. So go ahead, get you some snacks, and we're gonna get into that, okay? But first and foremost, what's up to everybody on the IG? Wherever you are, Facebook, Instagram, please head over to the YouTube at Monologue Magad, MONOLOGMAGAD. And this way you can be a part of everything. You can see everything. You can hear everything. You can be a part of the conversation. While you're there, go ahead and check out some of the work by my husband. Yes, my man. Go ahead and check out some of his visuals, some of his old work, some of his new work. You can also check out old podcast episodes, some stuff just me, some stuff with me, some I just mean podcast. So y'all go ahead and check that out at Monologue Magad, MONOLOGMAGAD. And listen, just in case you're new here, maybe you haven't heard, you was just flipping through the YouTube and listen. I am at Miss Mono's World. You can follow me in these content creator streets: Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. Yes, I have a YouTube channel, but don't worry about that. Just focus on the Monologue Magad channel. That's the one that we're trying to get to grow. Okay. And also, I have to shout out my on Nasaya TV. Yes, I'm on Nasaya.tv live every Thursday at 8 o'clock. You can download the app on your smart TVs or your smartphones, or if you can just go to Nasaya.tv. I'm there live every Thursday, but all of my old episodes are there too. And there's also other great Israelite content on the. So if you don't have that app get that app. It's a lot of good stuff, not just for us adults. There's stuff there for kids as well. Why is this my okay? Here we go. Shalom and shalom. Keep the chef. My brother. Shout outs and got all that stuff out the way. Please like, share, subscribe, turn on your notifications so you know when we go live here at the House of Mono. Oh, listen, so there's an issue. Y'all know my boys take boxing, right? So there was an issue at the gym. Apparently some people weren't comfortable with the all black boxing coach and his all black boxing staff and his all black and brown boxing classes. So we had to switch gyms now. Same coach, which I'm happy about because my brothers absolutely love them. Same coach and everything, different location. So our times are going to change. So next week I might be coming at y'all at 8:30. Because now they have lessons on Thursdays. So I'm gonna try to maybe just move it down to 8:30 so I still have time to come home, get myself together, and then, hop on with y'all. If that's not gonna work, then we might have to do a different day of the week. But as of right now, I'm gonna say Thursdays at 8:30. So next Thursday, I'll be coming to y'all at 8:30 instead of 8 o'clock. Okay. So make sure you tell everybody so they know all that good stuff. All right. So I don't know if you guys have seen this video. And again, I'm sorry I can't show it to y'all, but my good sis Leah sent it to me. And there's a black woman, of course. And she is dressed as if she just hopped out the bed. She has on like one of those thong bodysuits, right? And how do I know it's a thong, you ask, right? Because it's a video on Instagram. Because she has her jeans pulled so far down that the top of her cheeks is hanging out. And don't act like y'all don't know what I'm talking about because people are dressing like this now, okay? So you see the back of the bodysuit and the top of her cheeks. And she's approaching this man and, she's talking to him about, hey, can we go on a date? Da da da. Where do you want to take me? And the first thing this young man says is home. We're going to the crib. I'm going to get a bottle. And she's like, oh, we can't eat first. He's like, yeah, we can stop by Applebee's or something. And then she asked this man, do I look like I'm selling sex? And here's what I say to y'all all the time. Like, just because you want to repurpose a thing does not mean that the rest of the world has to go along with that foolishness and that it doesn't mean what it means anymore. What do I mean by that? You're approaching a man dressed very suggestively, okay? And for some reason in this day and time we live in, we feel like no matter what we wear, it means what we want it to mean. So in this young lady's eyes, even though she was dressed like a whore, she felt like she should still be treated with the same respect as someone who chooses to present themselves as a lady. And here's the deception of the world that we live in, okay? Because with all this new speak and double speak and anti-shaming campaign going on, and then not to mention the rise of the alphabet mafia, because we can't act like this is not where this comes from. This whole I can be what I want to be and I can do what I want to do. We only accept that behavior to accommodate people who don't know what gender they want to be from one minute to the next. So in order to accommodate that, because remember, you can't just accommodate your sin, you have to accommodate my sin too. So now in order to accommodate that craziness, anybody can be what they want to be. Anybody can be what they want to be. So now, even if we see a woman walking as if she just left a body house, walking as if she's a lady of the night, dressed as if she's a lady of the night, now she can say, well, I choose to identify as a wholesome, respectable woman, and now the world has to go along with it. And you're wrong if you don't. But what I hope that we learned from that video is that no matter how much you try to think that you're going to repurpose smut and repurpose sex, the fact of the matter is it's still what it is. Okay, you go out here dressed like a trollop and a strumpet, then that's how you're going to get treated. And I know I'm using old words. I just don't want to keep calling them whores. So I'm saying words like hussy and floozy and strumpet. Yes, I watched the Golden Girl. I can't help it. Um, so yeah, that was just really wild to me. I didn't understand where she wanted that to go. Or if the intended effect was to shame this young man for his very honest reaction. Um, I'm gonna say it was just stupid. Like that was just a stupid thing to do. Call him horse. Call him horse. Who cares? I, listen, if it walked like a duck and it talked like a duck, then it's a duck. That doesn't just apply when you're questioning someone's sexuality. You know what I'm saying? Y'all only want to use that. I know we women use that when we trying to figure out what's up with a dude, but hey, when you're trying to figure out what's up with yourself, you need to be using that same you need to be using that same analogy. Like if you walk like a whore and you talk like a whore and you dress like a whore, then it's a whore, no? Y'all can tell me if I'm wrong. Leave it in the comments. Leave it in the comments. But I don't think that I'm wrong. I don't think I'm wrong. Y'all, it is hot. Like, I'm hot in here. It's so muggy outside, and you know it's been cold. So, like, we done had the heat on and everything, and I'm down here sweating. Y'all wouldn't even believe it. Okay. So, all right, let's just jump to our main topic because, like I said, I can't even switch around and show y'all the stuff I wanted to. But let's just switch, go to our main topic, and I think that's gonna take us up out of here. Okay. All right, so our main topic, you fall for fools quickly. And so here's what I want to say about that. Um the main thing we have to remember is there's nothing new under the sun, right? That's something that everybody loves to quote. There's nothing new under the sun. What you've seen before, you will see again. Um what you've seen before, you will see again. So what baffles me is that we still have not chosen to thank you so much. We still have not chosen to use this piece of truth to our advantage, huh? I got you, Big Daddy. Monologue McGad in the building, ladies and gentlemen. Here, over here helping me out. I don't know what I would do without this man. I'm telling y'all. I sidebar. I was watching a TikTok video and this lady was talking about how she don't have to really worry about nothing when her husband's around. Like as soon as she even call his name, here he come with a solution. Listen, same thing for my husband. I don't even have to really call his name. If he sense that I'm confused, if he see a look on my face that don't look right, here he comes with a solution. And I love him for that. I love him for that. I'm telling you, that is a good man right there. Uncle Man, shalom and shalom. Thank you for joining me. Um, okay, so like I was saying, there's nothing new under the sun, right? What's been done before will be done again, right? So come with me. Like I said, I need y'all to pull up for this one because we're gonna go back and forth and back and forth. So picture it. Mount Sinai, thousands of years ago, right? Our great forefather Moses is receiving instruction from the Most High, right? And you and your uncles and your cousins and them, y'all just sitting around observing, okay? In the midst of the instruction, there's thunder, there's lightning, there's a voice that you don't see a body coming from, right? So imagine the terror, the fear. And when I say terror, I don't mean terror from like from a horror movie. I don't mean terror from like Freddy Krueger. I mean reverence, wonder, and awe. That's the word I'll use. Reverence, wonder, and awe. This is what I mean. But however, we know how we get, right? Think about when you were in school, right? And even if the lesson was going forth and you were really into it, there's always going to be that element of people that's just not into it. They just not feeling it. It's not ringing with them. It's not something they want to be doing. Right. Okay. So they start cracking jokes. This is how you get the class clown, whatever, whatever. All right. So you have these same type of people there on Mount Sinai. And they're like, listen here, Moses. I really can't get with what he's saying. You know how, and I'm not picking on anybody when I say this, but you know how some people will say, I can't read the Bible, it's too much. You know what I mean? Or I don't like to read. And I've had people say this, like it's too many words. I can't understand it. For whatever reason, they was like, look, Moses, we can't deal with this. You get the rest of the stuff and just bring it back to us, right? Okay. And so that might be okay, right? That might be okay because you understand, like, okay, some people are made to do certain things. Some people are made for leadership. Maybe this was just a personal assignment that Moses had to go on alone, right? It would have been okay, except that when they got down there, when they all left, they proceeded to fall back to the behaviors that the Most High was trying to rescue them from. What did they do? They took all their jewelry. They made a golden calf. Why did they do this? They saw the other people doing it. They saw the other nations around them doing it, and these people seem to be doing well. So, okay, let's follow after this because they seem like they having fun. They over there balling out. They IG is lit. They TikTok be lit. They Facebook stay lit. They monetizing now. So let's do what they're doing. Okay. She got the man she want. I like her car. I like how she dressed. She fly. Her lace front always be tight. Let's do what they doing. Okay. And here's the thing. I know y'all gonna be like, well, what does that have to do with us today? We as a people are going through like a great transition, like an awakening, if you want to call it. Um, as far as, and I mean this as far as Black people leaving the church, right? It's an awakening um to the fact that everything is not what they've been saying it is. Like, this is not right. Like, you've been telling us one thing, but we're not seeing the effects that you promised. We're not getting the results that you promised. In fact, our people are worse off now socially and morally than we were 20, 30 years ago. Like, hold on, what's the deal? Okay. And so, in this awakening that this is not right, imagine if the children, imagine if our forefathers didn't think that anything was wrong in Egypt, right? Anybody who had known freedom had been wiped out, and all they had ever known was slavery. So to them, this was it. This was right. This is how you're supposed to live. Okay. Imagine this thing happening. And then all of a sudden, one day, somebody comes and they're like, hey, you don't have to, you don't have to live like this. Right. So this is what's going on with us in the Black church. Hey, this is not right. There's some more truth out here that we need to figure out. And so the problem with this awakening is the path that black women in particular, okay? The path that Black women in particular are taking after they've been quote unquote awakened, right? And this is what I mean by we're so quick to follow fools, right? Because even though we've been told that we've been doing church wrong, the Bible isn't wrong. The basis of if so, okay, let me go back and say this because, like my husband tells y'all all the time, we didn't grow up lawless. We did not grow up thinking that we could live any kind of way and that the Most High was going to be pleased with us no matter what we did. We were not under that impression at all. Okay. So, for those of us who had some basis of understanding of commandments, of laws, to see the venture from some semblance of godliness to just all out wickedness is foolish. Okay. You see the content creators, right, who seem to have the most followers, who seem to show up on your For You page, who seem to show up on your timeline. And unfortunately, a lot of these Black women are practicing witchcraft. They're practicing tarot cards. They want to be psychics and everything else. All right. Even to the point of turning you back to African spirituality, which the fact of the matter is, the Yahushua came to set us free from all that, right? So it's even so bad that we're going back to the same things that they were doing in the Bible days when they were going off. And this is what I'm saying. There's nothing new under the sun. You're not thinking of a new sin. You may have new technology to perpetrate this sin, and now you got a phone so you can put images up online and you can reach other people, but you're not doing anything that hasn't been done before. Okay. And so instead of us instead of us being so quick to grab onto the Most High, to grab onto his obedience because it takes too long, I don't feel like fasting, I don't know how to pray, I don't know how to read my Bible, we'll come up with 100 million excuses as to why we have a problem being obedient, why we have a problem keeping the law, but there's no excuse about the things that we're doing that are keeping us in sin. Okay. A lot of y'all had, hold on, I'm getting to the comments. I'm sorry. Ooh, John 8:32. Can you type that out for me, please? Because I don't know it off the top of my head. And I'm not ashamed to admit that, but I want to know what it says. um, so while I was thinking, meditating on what I was gonna say to y'all today, it occurred to me that when a lot of us have a Moses in our life, right? A lot of us will come upon a Moses. It will be a person that is trying to show you a new way of life. It'll be a person that is, trying to witness the Most High to you. Maybe they was in sin with you at one time, and they got out and they trying to show you a better way. Or sometimes, ladies, y'all, you start talking to a man and he's not like everybody else. He's requiring more of you. Okay. He wants to know more about you. He's actually interested in conversation and not just trying to get you in the bed. Like, he wants to actually get to know you and build something with you, right? But because oh, thank you so much, honey. And you shall know the truth, and the truth shall make you free. All praises. Thank you, babe. But because it's not fun, it's not flashy, because your friends are not oohing and ahhing every time y'all pull up on the block, this guy is not good enough for you. You're not interested in anything he has to say. And here's the thing. You want the end result. You want the end result, right? Because what did Moses say? Hey, come on, let's go be free. Y'all don't have to take this. Let's go be free. Come on. And a lot of times, ladies, y'all will run into a good man and he's saying like, "Hey girl, you don't have to live like this no more. Come on, let's go be free." But you cannot go and be free with him living any kind of way that you want to live. That's not why he wants you to come and be free. See? And so here's another problem that we have. The problem is we confuse sin with freedom. You confuse sin with freedom. You confuse the ability to be able to do what you want to do and the appearance of not having a guilty conscience. You think that this is freedom. You want to be able to bust it open on OnlyFans and not feel the need to repent afterwards. You want to be able to go ahead and flip this trick for a quick 100, 200, 400, however much you charging these days, and not feel no guilt afterwards. You want to run around with this nigga who you know is selling crack to your people and not feel no guilt afterwards. You want to around with this man who you know catches bodies like people kill mosquitoes in the summertime and not feel no guilt afterwards. You want to be able to do whatever you want to do. You want to be able to serve money the way you want to serve money and not have to deal with no responsibility afterwards. Because let's keep it real, the reason a lot of y'all can't be obedient is because you're out here chasing money. The reason you all can't find a good man to build with, to hold you down, to marry you, is because you are chasing money. Tell me I'm lying. I don't think that I am. I've seen this story too many times. He's boring. He's too nice. He just don't do it for me. You mean because he treats you well? You mean because he got some sense and some manners? You mean because he has a respectable job, a respectable career? You mean because he might be riding around in a Honda, but that mug paid off? He might not live in a high rise in the city, but guess what? He managing his finances and he got money saved up. But you're not interested in that. You only want to do what you see the rest of the fools around you doing. And here's what makes you a fool, okay? And here let me say this. I'm not even going to call them fools because that just may be their station in life. That just may be who they are, okay? They just thugged out, whatever. That's just them. There's nothing that anybody can do about it. Fine. But Mams's cousin, the fact that you are bothered by it lets me and you both know that that is not the life that you are supposed to be living. And so for you to know better and still be out there lowballing yourself, you're a fool. You're a fool. And nobody's asking you about the people. Here's the thing. When it's you and the Most High alone, and he reckoning with you, it don't matter what nobody else did. You can't, well, he told me, and well, I thought, especially when y'all know better. And this is why when I was kind of like transitioning into the truth and going through my own awakening, I kind of hated getting new information. I hated it because I'm of the thought that once you receive new information, you are now responsible for that information. Okay. So every time I hear something or every time I get another piece of wisdom, it's like, well, I can't keep making this same mistake anymore because I know better now. So the fact that you're listening, the fact that you're hearing this, the fact that it is bothering you, take this as a sign to change, to get away from the foolish mistakes that you are making in your life. Let me get to these comments. That's why we have to learn the law and make our lives easier. It'll make your life so much. It takes out so many questions. You already know what you can and can't do. Okay. And see, this is what I be saying about why are we so quick to just throw away everything? We throw away the foundation of everything, even down to our gender roles as men and women. How much simpler does it make my life to understand, okay, this is a woman. This is what I'm going to do. This is how I'm supposed to look. This is how I know, but nobody's supposed to tell me how I'm supposed to look. Well, then, Mams's cousin, don't get mad when nobody knows what you are. You're misgendering me. No. I am commenting on what I see with my naked eye. You're trying to tell me what I see with my naked eye is a lie. And I'm not going to believe you over my own eyes. So, whatever. Okay. Okay. God will not send you a spiritual king or queen until you're ready. Not a moment before you're ready, because it wouldn't be fair to them. Why do you deserve a good person when you ain't ish yourself? Why? Why do you deserve a decent human being when you don't want to be a decent human being yourself? Why should it be okay for you to have a license to go out here and turn husbands into whore bags just because you don't want to get yourself together? And now you want to unleash all that evil, all that hurt, all that bitterness, all that pain. Why? Only a fool wouldn't take that boring man. Child, please, we could be born together. Hello, born together in our house, eating our Uber Eats, streaming Netflix. This one, we've come to a time when boring means stable. Boring means quiet. Like and this is what I was saying last week. You can tell when somebody is lying about their past life. You can tell because once you've been through so much, like if y'all really had been in all these abusive relationships and y'all really been dogged out and cheated on like that, you wouldn't play with these niggas like that. You would have your butt at home. You would wait for the right one. Cause let me tell you, it took me one abusive relationship. It only took me one. I don't play with men like that. Even before I was married to my husband now, I don't play with men like that. As soon as they start getting angry, as soon as they start raising their voice, all right, I'm out. No, pimp, no. And that's what I'm saying with y'all. Y'all ain't really been through nothing. I could tell because you treat the good ones bad and you still put the bad ones on a pedestal. I could tell you ain't really been through nothing. You have not. You don't have all these war stories. Because if you did, you would be trying to be so far removed from that thing. You would try to avoid that thing about anything that looks like it's going to turn into what you've been through before. You will avoid at all costs. And this is what I be telling y'all about going through stuff. Even in my marriage, like for a while, it was just hard to have a simple conversation with my husband because anytime he showed any heightened emotion, I was immediately triggered. Like, oh, nope, I've seen this before. I'm out. And that's not his fault. That's not fair to him. Just like if we're talking about certain things, my pitch gonna get a little high and I'm gonna start talking with my hands and blah, blah, blah. He had a right to do that too. He has a right to do that too. He could get a little, you know what I'm saying? His voice might go up. It's not gonna go high. It's gonna go lower. You know what I'm saying? But he has a right to be expressive in his communication just like I do. But again, because of what I have been through in my past, the moment it looks like this thing is going to repeat itself, I'm shut down and I'm gone. And so, Truth Be Told Flex Podcast, shalom and shalom. Okay, run, don't walk, run from the foolishness. Y'all like to talk about, oh, well, the Lord done bought me from a mighty long way. Well, why you keep trying to go back that way, dog licking its vomits? Why you keep trying to go back? One thing I had to come to the realization of is you meet the same spirits in different bodies throughout your life. You're going to keep running to the same type of person repeatedly all through your life. I don't like when people say, oh, you attract what you are. No, you attract all types. It's what you choose that shows you about who you are. Think about it. All kind of people talk to you. All kind of people are attracted to you. Hey, you can get a hey, how you doing from anybody. It's the people that you choose to carry on with. And nobody's saying that, oh, at first sight, you should be able to. Although I will say, at a certain age, y'all, by about, I want to say about 30, 35, you should be wrapping up the naivety. Like your discernment should start picking up now. You've been grown enough now. You've been out here in the world enough now to kind of be able to pinpoint certain things on certain people. Okay. But even past that, Y'all be overlooking red flags like a mug. Like this, the man has displayed the same behavior the whole time. The whole time you know him, every day you see this man, you gotta tell him to take a shower. Brush your teeth, take a shower. Take a shower, brush your teeth. Every time you talk to him on the phone, did you brush your teeth today? Did you take a shower today? Every time y'all get together, you need to take a shower first. And then when you've been married to this man, because your dumb self married him, then when you've been married to this man for 5 or 10 years, and his house nasty, his car nasty, he nasty, and everything about him stink, you want to start complaining to everybody. But no, ma'am, sis, cousin, you knew he was nasty when you got with him. And because you did not value yourself enough, that's where you chose to stay. And now you ended up with Stinky McNasty. And we can't do nothing about that. Keith the chef said, that ain't no man. It can't be. It cannot be. Oh, Sister Delta, shalom and shalom. Y'all. I forgot to tell y'all about this. Okay, sidebar. Hold on. Your girl, have a article in this month's issue of the Light Hebrew magazine. I know please make sure you go and check it out. TLHM.net. It is also on Facebook. Not only the article, but starting next month, I will have a 2-page spread. Trying to bring y'all different articles. Of course, there's going to be a Why Boaz and Want Your Ass article, but then we're going to get into other things. You know, I'm trying to figure out like different topics and stuff to write about. So if y'all have any ideas, suggestions, please send them to me. If you have any questions that you want me to answer, please send them to me as well. You can choose to stay anonymous. You can put your little IG handle on the bottom. So yeah, y'all get into it because it's gonna be interactive. Like I'm gonna have questions and I want feedback from y'all. So okay, the Light Hebrew magazine, let's get into it. Okay, let's see. Yes, Stinky McNasty. Stinky McNasty. That's what we calling them. Stinky McNasty. Okay. Truth Be Told podcast. Shalom. Yes, shalom, Sister Delta. Yeah, we trying to listen. We're gonna take this magazine to the next level. All praises and Lord willing. Thank you, Angelina. So, okay, I'll tell y'all about that later. It's a whole sidebar. Like, I've really been getting into my writing. I took my first virtual writers workshop and stuff. It's so like it was amazing. It was really enlightening. So yes, Lord willing, I'm going to be like that's on my vision board, which I still need to make. But that's on my vision board for this year to get more into my writing. So all praises to the Most High. Like, share, subscribe, turn on your notifications so you know when we go live here at the House of Mono. Thank you to everyone who gave last week. I truly appreciate you. We appreciate y'all here. Seriously, $1 or $2 will do, but if the Lord puts it on your heart to give more, 5, 10, 15, 20, 50, 100, whatever, we take all that. Cash App, $, the House of Mono. We thank you in advance, and we thank you if you have given in the past. All right. Okay, so let's get back to our main topic. I'm sorry, y'all. I meant to show it to y'all today, but the internet. So yeah, so listen. A lot of times in life, well, let me just speak for myself, okay? I can admit that I have a bit of ADHD. I do. And sometimes it can get hard for me to focus on certain things, right? In school, it's hard to focus, especially if it was a boring subject. Like it was super hard for me to focus, right? But unfortunately, a lot of us carry this kind of ADHD brain into life, into our adulthood, into our social life. And so, ma'am, sis cousin, while you may be sitting there, and I think some brothers are guilty of this too. I don't like to speak too much on y'all's experience because I'm not a man. But just from what I've observed, it seems that this happens to men and women. You'll have a perfectly good potential person that you're dealing with, talking to, dating, or whatever. And everything's going fine. Everything's going lovely. And as a matter of fact, I'm going to tell y'all how I know that what I'm about to say is true. I know what I'm about to say is true because as a military child, we moved a lot, right? Like we moved a lot until I turned 12 and we ended up here in Atlanta. Okay. But even after we ended up here in Atlanta, I still switched high schools a few times. And every time I was the new girl at school, here come the boys. Of course, there's new meat. Everybody will see what the new meat is about, right? But inevitably, here come the girls wanting to fight me because all the boys are interested in the new girl. Okay, it's like, ooh, there's something new, there's something flashy. She hasn't been here before. What is this? And so now all the attention's on the new flashy object, and the girlfriend and the girls who've been there crushing on them for years are like, wait a minute, how did this happen? Okay. So unfortunately, we do this as adults, men and women, right? You'll be perfectly fine with your person. Y'all are getting along, things may be going well or whatever, and then all of a sudden here comes something new and flashy. And now hear what I'm saying. I'm not saying that new isn't good sometimes. That's not what I'm saying. But I'm talking about when you have a good girl at home. Okay. Do y'all remember the case of Jodi Arias? Jodi Arias, that was her name. Jodi Arias. She killed her boyfriend. She stabbed this man, I want to say 20 something times, right? Come to find out, he had a girlfriend. They were Mormon. Him and his girlfriend were devout Mormons. Like they went to the same church. Their parents knew each other. They were going to get married at this church. They were going to like they knew they wanted to be Mormons. Okay. The boyfriend, and I don't remember his name, I'm sorry, but he was the victim. He runs into Jodi. And she's not a Mormon, okay? In fact, she's the total opposite. They start sleeping together. I mean, she just wild for the night, right? Total opposite of what he's getting with his girlfriend, because the girlfriend is like, no, you're not getting any until you get married. This is what we're supposed to do. So he starts sleeping with this girl, Jodi, and an affair ensues. And of course, the girlfriend doesn't know what's going on because this is the one that he loves. This is his future. He's lying to her. He's not telling her that he's smashing this chick over here. Okay, girlfriend, we're going to get married one day and that's it. Meanwhile, the chick that he's smashing, okay, every time the girlfriend call, and I know all this from the Lifetime movie. I'm not just making this up. I don't want y'all to think I'm just making it up, like reading between the lines. No, there's been like Lifetime movies about this. So the girl he's smashing on the side, every time the girlfriend call, he leave. You know how it is, okay? When the queen is home, the peasants have to go. All right. Well, she got tired of being a peasant, and one day she stabbed him in the shower. And so I'm saying this to say, a lot of times you will have the person that can be good for your future. You will have your Moses there in front of you, the person who connects you, the person who keeps you grounded, the person who wants to help you keep the law, the person who wants to help you stay on that righteous, narrow path. Y'all are, trying to walk this thing out together, but then something happens. Something happens. If your spirit gets weak, you're tired, y'all, and whatever is going on in your life, here comes something fun and flashy. And this is what's so captivating about outside relationships. There's none of the stress and the drama and the arguments that you have in your already relationship. You and the person that you've been with, or you and the person that you're courting. I'm not talking about anybody that's married. Let's be clear, okay? Let me clear that up. Pause. I'm not talking about anybody that's married. I'm talking about y'all out here still making choices, okay? You'll be fine. Okay. And well, you're not fine. You're disturbed for whatever reason. And here comes this flashy, this person who you have no history with, this person who you can be whatever you want to be around. This person that's always going to show you a good time. And ladies, I don't know how it works for men, okay? But I know how it works for women. He come around every time he's around you, it's a good time. Every time you around him, y'all having fun. He's spending money. Y'all going out to eat. You going here, you going there. Drop top on the highway. Like, it's always a good time. Here's the thing about that. You will follow that person away from your Moses. You will follow the fun, you will follow the flashiness, you will follow the shallowness away from what you need to sustain you. It's like if I put an apple or a Jolly Rancher in front of you. Instead of choosing the apple with the vitamins and the nutrients, and it's going to keep you full, it's going to hold you over. Instead of choosing the apple, you'll pick up the Jolly Rancher for those few shallow moments of pleasure. But what happens when you keep choosing the Jolly Rancher instead of the apples? Well, in real life, you're going to get a bunch of cavities. Your stomach's going to start hurting. You're going to get nauseous. You're going to be sick. Your body's going to start falling apart. The same thing keeps happening when you keep choosing shallow, empty people instead of people with substance. Let me get to some of these comments. Are you an Israelite? Yes, I am. A practicing, law-abiding Israelite. All praise to the Most High. You ain't never gonna be happy until you love yours. Period. You're not. You are not. And so when you keep choosing the shallow, you keep choosing the fun and the flashy, it does nothing to sustain you. It does nothing to build you up. Shannon, Jermaine. Yes, people are waking up to being Israelites in Atlanta. We absolutely are. I don't know how long you've been following us, but my husband has some classes on here as well. So you can feel free to check those out too. But yes, Israelites are in Atlanta. Hey, we here. And so when you keep choosing the shallow and the baseless, eventually it starts to destroy your spirit the way that Jolly Rancher is going to destroy your body. Okay. Because it's feeding your flesh. It's feeding the lust of the eye. It's feeding the pride of life. It's feeding the lust of the flesh. Okay. It feels good to you, but it's not good for you. And there's always the thing of what's good for you does not taste good to you. But that's not always true. You just have to understand. See, so here's where the Bible verse, if you he will give you the desires of your heart. I don't remember the first part of that verse. If you set your ways to the Lord, I forgot, but he will give you the desires of your heart. If you follow him, he will give you the desires of your heart. It's a synopsis of the scripture. And so I want to focus on that part where it says he will give you the desires of your heart, because people think that, oh, okay, me right here in this fleshly state that I am, if I decide right now to start following the law and keeping the law of the Most High, then he's going to give me the things that I want right now. And that's not what that means at all. Okay, what that means is that the desires of your heart will start to change and you will start desiring the things that he wants for you. Right? But y'all can't leave that Jolly Rancher alone long enough to get a good taste of the apple. And let's take it even beyond men, because a lot of y'all, and I hate to say this, I'm sorry, 1 second, y'all. Okay, my bad, you guys. Gosh, Lee, what was I saying? I forgot. I forgot where I was. I know I was talking about the flashy person and how they will deplete your spirit because they're not building you up. But I forgot I forgot where I was going after that. Okay, but so we've seen this story millions of times before, right? You see the story of the good guy, and he's typically a good guy, and he's going on about his life, and he comes across this vixen type character. Thank you, Keek the Chef, because I forgot where I was. He comes across this vixen type character, and she seduces him. Matter of fact, y'all remember Diary of a Mad Black Woman? I don't know why this came to my head. Y'all know I hate Tyler Perry stuff, but I'm gonna say this. We're gonna use this as an example because it's here. Okay, y'all remember Charles when he left his wife and he went and got with the side heifer, right? And then Charles ended up in the hospital, and come to find out the side piece had took all the money and left him broke. Same thing that happens to y'all when you follow fools. It's the same thing. He may not drain your money, but he's drained you emotionally. He's drained you spiritually. He's taken every semblance of a relationship between you and the Most High from you. Well, what do you mean by that? Because listen, you not think about praying when you with him. You're not thinking about praying when you're with him. Thank you so much. Truth be told. Thank you. That is the verse I was thinking of. And you know, I've memorized this verse multiple times in my life. It just was not coming to my head right now, but thank you very much. That was it. Um, And so he takes from you spiritually, he takes from you emotionally, he takes from you mentally. You're up all night crying, trying to figure out why he won't love you the way you love him, why he don't like you, why he want her, why he don't want you, why he keep doing this, why you keep falling for the 2 and 3 a.m. phone calls, why you keep falling for the you up text. How come this man won't talk to you for weeks at a time, but the minute he does show you a little bit of attention, all of a sudden you hype and you up and you ready to go, and you know that this is wrong. You know that this is wrong. I mean, it's kind of like our forefathers when they were wandering in the desert and kept saying, "Hey, take us back to Egypt. What you bring us out here for? It's hard out here. I don't want to be out here. It's hard out here. Take me back." I mean, yeah, we was working, but we was eating. We was drinking, we was eating. You got us out here where we ain't drinking or eating. What is going on? And that's how some of y'all are. Some of y'all's like, well, I'll deal with the thug because at least I know what he want. He not gonna require too much out of me. I'll deal with the street dudes because they not gonna make me cover up. They not gonna challenge me. There's no there's no standard there. There's no bar there. They don't have a relationship with the Most High like that. So there's never anything for me to compare to. And let's keep it real. A lot of y'all like messing with dudes that you feel like maybe beneath you, even spiritually or morally, because it makes you feel better about yourself. Well, at least I'm not like that. And at least I'm not like them other girls he messing with. But the fact of the matter is, as soon as you start messing with him, you become like those other girls that he's messing with. You know how they tell you don't argue with a fool? Well, sorry, the Bible says not to argue with a fool because a person that's watching can't tell who is who. Same thing about cajoling with fools. Same thing about partnering with fools. Birds of a feather flock together. You know, you become who you are. And to you, he may be new and nice and shiny, but there are people that know him. He has a reputation. You may not be aware of it, but the people around him are. And then guess what? When they meet you, now you one of his. You don't get a chance to be yourself. You are now him. And so whatever they think about him is now going to be reflected on you. But you'll follow the fool because it does not challenge you. It does not force you to grow. Because the things that the behaviors that we were mimicking, it doesn't stop at building a golden calf. It doesn't stop at worshiping a calf. That's that's not where it stops. It the trail of sin continues. And now you're into idolatry and prostitution and now you're a scammer. And now you're cheating people for a living. And now you're a thief. And now you're a liar. And now you're a murderer. What you mean I would never go that far? Ma'am, sis cousin, walk. I wish that you could walk through a jail. And it don't, let's just say black women, okay, for our purpose. But I'm telling you, you don't have to stop at black women. You can interview, I guarantee you, if you take 10 women from any race, any creed, any background, probably 8 of them are in jail behind a crime about a man. Whether you was doing the crime with him, for him, or because of him, they're in jail about a crime, about a man that they never thought was going to go that far. I mean, it ain't always about a man. Okay, some of them was out with their homegirls. Some of them was out with their homegirls doing some stuff they knew they shouldn't have been doing, being places they know they shouldn't have been, and now they sitting up in jail. They know good and well they shouldn't have left with them that day. They knew good and well that she had started stealing identities and whatever. You know, listen, a warning always comes before destruction. And this is what I be saying about the Most High. Y'all can't beat how good he is, because even in the chastisement, he's going to warn you. When the punishment is coming, and you would think that the fact that you know that you're in sin should be warning enough. But how merciful is that? Because I listen, I don't like to punish my kids. I don't. Like, and I know people be saying this about Atticus. Yes, slopes are very slippery. Look, before you know it, you've been fell on your behind. And I know people be saying this about Atticus, but I don't like to yell at my kids. I don't like to discipline them. I just want to, okay, stop, and they stop. And all praises to the Most High, like they're pretty good. I know that has everything to do with their father being here. But for the most part, when I say stop, they stop. Right. But in the case that they don't, I don't immediately just go to whooping them. It's like, okay, stop. Don't make me keep telling you. I'm not going to tell you again. That's how the Most High is with us. Okay, stop. I'm not going to keep telling you. I'm not going to keep telling you to stop. Okay, listen, you need to stop now. So it's not like, oh, I didn't know. Oh, nobody told me. And here's the thing. Your warning signs is not always, it's not going to be thunder from the clouds and lightning from heaven. That's not going to be your warning sign. Your warning sign is going to be your mama calling you like, hey girl, what's up? What you into? What you been doing? Or somebody, what you into? What you been doing? Or you get a phone call, hey, I just wanted to holler at you about your friend, Or something happens in your face. I have had things happen in my face to show me who people are and what they are about. And sometimes in my foolishness, because I'm here to keep it real with y'all, I'm not going to sit here and lie to y'all and be like, oh no, every time I ever saw a red flag in my life, I just up, jumped, and walked away. No, that's not true. I took some of them red flags and painted them green, no matter how hard I tried. It just didn't work. I'm just being honest with you. I wanted them to be green flags so bad. King Connect, Shalom and Shalom. And it just didn't work. Pax and Ada are awesome though. They are. They're my babies. I love them. But it does not work. And you try to, and I'm not, there's an old play called Your Arms Too Short to Box with God. And I never seen the play. But I imagine that I take that saying for me personally to mean that no matter how hard you try, you're not going to change what God has for you. No matter how hard you try to argue, no matter how much bargaining you want to do, when he say no, it's a no. You're not going to turn his no into a yes. You're not going to turn his yes into a no. No matter how much I need him, I want him, can I just have him, please, so bad, let him be my husband? No. And here's what you can't understand, here's what you can't see. And here's the thing. It's just like when you're in a car. When you're in a car, say you're sitting at the red light, right? But you're far back from the red light. And the light turns green. The light turns green, but still nobody's moving. You can't see what's going on to keep everybody still. Only the people in the front can see what's going on beyond you. And because you will not submit to, or because you keep choosing shoddy leadership, you do not have the power to see what's in front of you. What do you mean, keep choosing shoddy leadership? Ma'am, sis, cousin, a lot of y'all is out here sleeping with niggas that aren't your husband. And I keep telling y'all over and over again, just because you want to have the rules differently, it does not mean that they are, okay? When the Most High, when the Bible says he went into her and she was his wife, that's pretty much cut and dry. So that is in the Bible enough times for us to safely and accurately come to the conclusion that when a man goes into you, you are now his wife. Okay. And even though you may not have legal documents, even though there's no proof of said marriage, that does not mean that it did not happen. And it does not mean that spiritual principles do not apply. Why do you think that you have such a hard time getting over a dude when he breaks up with you? It's not because he's so wonderful. It's not none of that. Spiritual principles still apply no matter how much you want to ignore them. So why do I say you keep choosing shoddy leadership? Because you keep laying up with niggas that's not your husband. Therefore, you can't discern right from left or up and down. Your mind is so freaking confused, and you are in a constant state of pleading with the Lord, and you're sitting here arguing a case that has been thrown out a long time ago. Everybody done left the court. The jury left, the lawyers left, the audience left. Hell, the judge has left. You are sitting there talking to yourself, trying to get some kind of law and principle change. But no matter how hard you try, that's not going to happen. And so you can't see what's in front of you because you too busy following this fool who also has no leadership and no direction. So now the blind is leading the blind. And here's the thing though, you're not really blind, sis. That man might have a blindfold on, but you're not blind. You can look around and see that this is not right. But you are so hungry for attention. You're so hungry for approval from the world right now, because you can't fathom in your mind that you could be fulfilled following the law of the Most High. Because in your simple mind, because you have not allowed the Most High to replace the desires of your heart, in your simple mind, the goal for you is attention, likes, and monetization. That's the goal for you. Getting flued out, being able to post pics on the gram, being able to, how can I say this? To dump on these hoes. Y'all know what I mean. I'm stunting on these hoes. I'm on these hoes. Y'all know what I mean. That's that in your shallow mind is the goal right now. But once you begin to allow the Most High to give you the desires of your heart, like he says that he would, these things don't matter. Listen, it does not matter if I post a pic on here and get 1,000,000 likes. It doesn't matter if my soul is messed up and my home life is disturbed. None of that matters if I have no direction. And it's just like these IG models be clicking a picture and then you see a meme of someone who could very well be one of these girls, but she's sleeping on a mattress on the floor. The room is dirty and the house is filthy. The kids ain't taken care of. It's the same thing we keep falling for over and over again. What's flashy and what's shiny instead of what's been proven to work over and over again. What hasn't changed, what's never going to change, who hasn't let us down. You have a stable, ready source right in front of you. But because you don't want to keep the law, because you don't want to be obedient, you don't want anybody telling you what to do. Ain't no man gonna rule over me. You keep grasping literally at air. You're grasping at air. You know, it's like somebody's kicking your door in, and instead of you grabbing a gun, you're going to grab the bat. Well, now that's just stupid. You keep making shallow, baseless decisions because you don't want to face the truth of the matter. I get it. I like nice stuff too. Don't get me wrong. I love nice things. Okay. You know, I like to keep some bling around my face. I that's just what I like, right? And there's nothing wrong with that. But when you begin to let it rule your life, then it becomes a problem. And see, I can't even I want to sit here and say, "Oh, you know, it's okay for you to be friends with these people." But the fact of the matter is that's not true because let's keep it real. Once you reach a certain age and you still single, that loneliness start kicking in and you are very easily influenced. Loneliness is a hell of a drug, and it will make you do things that you thought that you would never be doing. So no, you can't even be friends with these people because you are going to start falling into their patterns. And again, you're the only fool because you know better. You jumped out of the frying pan into the fire. You this is what I'm saying. You're not blind. Your blindfold is not on. You can see around you. The fact of the matter is, you can see in front of the fool that you're following. You see the danger that's coming to him. You see the danger that's coming to your homegirl. You hear the warnings. And instead of you warning them, you just tra la 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 and keep going along. And what kind of friend are you if you will watch me cross the street and see a car coming and not tell me it's a car coming? Shalom and shalom, y'all. Thank you for joining me. How you want to call yourself my sis, my friend? But you constantly, and the question may come up, well, what I'm supposed to do if they not listening? Get away from them. Get away from them. Because they're never going to listen as long as you're there. As long as you're there, the situation is comfortable. So they're not hearing you. Get away from them. Maybe they need to experience life on their own. But honestly, at the end of the day, that's none of your concern. Your soul salvation, I'm talking to you single folks, your soul salvation is your concern. procuring, and here's the thing, procuring your spot in the kingdom is a lifelong, it's a lifelong journey. It's not just a prayer. It's not just, oh, I know I'm a sinner, I'm confessing my sins, and now I'm going to go to heaven when I die. No, it's a lifelong journey. This is why it's so important, the leadership that you choose. Brothers, this is why it's important, the support system that you choose. Sisters, when me and my husband are not doing well, we're not on the same page, it's hard for me to pray about anything else. I don't even feel right praying about anything else. Not saying that my relationship, not saying I don't have a personal relationship with the Most High. Yes, in fact, I do. But the fact of the matter is, now I've taken this man as my husband. So now I'm subordinate to him, an aspect of that relationship. And I'm not saying that I can't go to the Most High without my husband. That's not what I'm saying. But it's just like when my husband puts me in, when my husband leave, I'm here with the kids, right? And if something happens to one of those kids, he's gonna come and ask me what happened. Well, what happened? What did you do? And if one of those kids goes to him and says something happened, he's coming back to me. Well, I left you in charge. So what happened? What did you do? So now when I go to the Most High, with a complaint about my husband because we beefing or whatever, his question is also to me, well, what did you do? Your husband is your leadership, but ma'am, sis, cousin, please understand that you are a steward of your husband as well. What do I mean by that? Stewardship is growing a thing, investing a thing, cultivating a thing, right? Your husband comes to you with his leadership, with his gifts, with his talents. Prodigal son, shalom and shalom. Thank you for joining me. He comes to you equipped with all of these gifts from the Most High. And it is your job as a wife to steward those gifts in the way that we are supposed to. What do you mean by that? Praying for him, being there for him, supporting him, being a helpmate in ministry, being hospitable when you need to be, not giving him a hard time when he has to spend time away from you to earn money for your family, to be on the highways and byways preaching the word. Okay, you have a different set of responsibility, but let's be clear, ma'am, sis, cousin, just like your husband should have an interest in growing you and cultivating you and your gifts, you should also have the same interest. And now the way that we do that is two different ways. Your husband does that from a leadership position. You do it more from a partnership position. Okay. He's leading, guiding, and directing, and you're following, but you're following with effort. What do I mean by that? I mean, like, you're not just a passenger, princess. You're reading the GPS. I don't know how many of y'all are old enough to remember maps. Okay. Yes, paper maps. Or we ain't even got to go back to paper maps. Gosh dang, what MapQuest. When you would go on MapQuest and you would put in, I'm leaving from here and I'm going here. And it would print out, you would have to print out the directions. It'd be like pages of directions. You could print out the picture of the map if you wanted to. So back in those days, the passenger was responsible for reading the directions, right? Because how am I know where I'm going if you're not telling me? I can't read and drive at the same time. I need my passenger to read the directions for me, read the map, tell me where to go next. Well, it's just like that with a wife. I'm in the passenger seat, but I'm not just here chilling. Heck, I mean, even in our real life, when me and my husband get in a car, I'm doing stuff. I don't get to just get in the car and relax. Can you plug this up? Can you move this? Can you put this here? Can you put some lotion on my hands? Can you do this? Can you do that? Okay, in real life as well as in the spirit, it's the same way. Like, yeah, he's driving, but it's your job to look out for enemies and distractions. It's your job to look out for haters. It's your job to look out for bumps in the road. Things that he can't see because he's focused on this one thing. Like my husband is really bad about this. He locks in. He gets tunnel vision. If he got an idea or parking on, nothing else gets. I have to be like, hello, hi, me over here. And it's what he's supposed to do. It took me a while to realize this. Thank you, Kick the Shouts. All praises to the Most High. Like, share, subscribe. Turn on your notifications. I'm going to tell y'all what it took me a while to realize. If you like what we got going on here at the House of Mono, please head over to the Cash App $, the House of Mono. $1 or $2 will do. Or, whatever the Lord may place on your heart. If I can get my chat back, I'm telling y'all these buttons. Okay. So oh gosh, I forgot what I was saying. Shalom, Manad. Thank you for joining us. I was talking about riding in the car, how you have to be aware for the things around you. I hate it when thank you so much. Look. My man. Okay. What I had to realize something. A man that is focused on providing for you, a man that is focused on his vision, does not have time to be all emotional. What do you mean by that? Listen, I homeschool my kids, right? And I love doing it because I get to watch them learn. I get to spend so much time with them. I get to be a part of their everyday life, and I love everything about it. Every little thing they do, it amazes me. Like I know, I'm sure if somebody was on the outside looking in, they'd be like, "Girl." But listen, I'm amazed by my children. Okay, every little thing, especially them boys, like every little thing they do is like, that's so wonderful. That's so amazing. Me and Paxton are doing building blocks together, and I just love being with them and spending that time. But I realized that I have the liberty to focus on these emotional things because I'm not worried about getting out here every day and providing for us. Okay. So I had to realize that my husband does not always have the liberty of being emotional, of focusing on his feelings, because the task of providing for his family is first and foremost on his mind. And you cannot be distracted by your emotions when you're focused on providing. I know this in my real life because in my time as a single mother, when I had to get up and work, I had to get up and go to work. It didn't matter how I was feeling that day. It didn't matter if my kids was like, "Mommy, can you spend some time with me? Mommy, I need an extra hug. Mommy, can we do this?" None of that was able to matter because the job of trying to provide for my children at the time was a priority, and that was the main goal. And so what I'm saying to you is this, ma'am, sis cousin, if that man has a lot of time to be caught up in the nuances, the shallow nuances of your life, I would definitely take that as a red flag, because a man that's focused on provision in the future is not going to have a lot of time for is not going to have a lot of time to waste emotionally. Let me be clear on that. I'm not saying he shouldn't have feelings. I'm not saying he shouldn't have feelings for you. I'm not saying he shouldn't have any emotions. I'm not saying he should be like a cold-hearted murderer. I'm not saying he should be like Ronnie. I'm not saying he should do any of that. But what I'm saying is his first priority is always going to be provision. That is where his mind is going to be. And you cannot be upset with him about that. You can't be upset with him about that. They stand on business all day. I was watching one of my reality shows that my husband hates. And it's doctors and doctors' wives. It's Married to Medicine. It's these doctors and their wives. And there's this one doctor, and his wife was complaining to him about how he's not spending enough time with her. There's not enough romance. You know, he's not doing the things that he used to do and blah, 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 blah. And what at the surface, this may seem like a valid argument, right? But once you think back to the fact that these people just paid off like a $1 million tax bill, they just had a house built. Her husband is an ER doctor, which means he works long hours. And this lady plays tennis for 4 hours a day. It becomes really absurd because it's like, ma'am, this man provides for you to the point that you can play tennis for 4 hours a day, ma'am. You're not at the house cleaning up. You're not doing laundry. Do you cook dinner? Because I mean, even as a stay-at-home mom, even if I didn't have to homeschool, I can't imagine playing tennis for 4 hours a day. Who gonna do everything else that need to be done around here? So clearly you have help. This is egregiously absurd to have a complaint from someone who's focusing on providing and providing very well that, oh, now you can't do all these other minor little things. And so here's what I'm saying. Y'all, we have to find a balance. Being like Ronnie is absolutely insane. Hey, I'm not saying that's what it is, but I'm just saying. Hey, listen. I brought up the Ronnie thing because, I don't want anybody to think that I'm saying that men don't have feelings, because I know that there are men that will tell you that, oh, they don't have to have feelings. They don't have to have emotions. Your feelings don't matter. Your emotions don't matter. And that is not what I'm saying at all. I don't recommend that you be involved with anyone who does not give your feelings any thought. The only time that your feelings have no merit is when it comes to the law. Now, when it comes to the law of the Most High, the law says what it says, and that's what it is. But now how that looks for you, how being obedient in that law looks for you, you single ladies, that's the what am I gonna say here? That's the turning point. That's the decision-making factor here that a lot of y'all are forgetting. I remember I had a sister who she was pregnant and it was Shabbat. And she did not prepare for Shabbat. And her husband had told her, well, you can't cook nothing. You can get you some food out the fridge, make you a salad, get you some fruit, but you can't cook nothing. And she's like, how you gonna tell me I'm pregnant and da 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 da? Well, he didn't say you couldn't eat, sis. He just said you can't cook nothing. You understand what I'm saying? And so if you wasn't prepared for that, then you shouldn't have married that man. My husband don't like me doing this. My husband don't like me doing that. You wasn't doing that when y'all was dating. And see, this what we do. This what the thing is about following a fool. You know this is not the way you want to live your life. Even the flashy. You don't want to be out in the streets all the time. You a homebody. You don't need this, and you cool at home. That's where you, and here's what I know. Here's what I don't understand about these girls these days. Okay. When I was out there, the goal was to get at home. Okay. The goal was to get chose so you could be at home. So I ain't gotta dress up every weekend. I ain't gotta do my hair every weekend. I ain't gotta be out here in the crowd every weekend. I ain't gotta do all this. I could be at home chilling with my boo, doing our thing. But that's not the goal for some of y'all no more. Some of y'all just want to be lifelong hoes. And I don't understand that. Listen, don't let these 40 and 50-year-old women who out here are all Botox and plastic surgery up fool you. That stuff catches up with you. And I don't care how many facelifts, hand lifts, BBLs, whatever you get, your spirit is tired, sis. Your spirit is wore out. And people can tell. People can tell. It's on you. You wear it. Lifelong hoes is crazy. But they are. They are, because marriage isn't the goal anymore, remember? Marriage ain't the goal. Don't nobody care about having a man. That's not the prize. And so, because y'all still popping out babies, y'all still having babies, and y'all still out here fighting in the streets over these niggas. So somebody's doing something. Y'all ain't married, so it's some hoeing going on somewhere. Well, I'm not a hoe because I don't make him pay for it. And that's your dumb fault. That's your dumb fault. Everything should come with a price. And just because you decided that you don't, does not make you a good person. That don't make you. And here's what y'all, oh, well, I don't need any money from a man. Well, you the dummy. You the dummy. I'm not about all that. I make my own money, and you're the dummy. And you're the dummy. Because as long as a man's hand or his other body parts are out toward you, you should have no problem having your hand out toward him. Okay. And this is what I'm saying. Everything and everybody has a price. Just because you decided that your price is free doesn't. Nobody values anything they get for free. We all know this. This is why you'll take that. This is why you'll take that little t-shirt from Walmart and not give two hells about it. But as soon as you buy that Gucci belt, you don't wear that hoe every day. Because this belt came with a price. And I paid that price. So this is mine and I get to show it off. And instead of you having enough sense, having enough value, having enough love for yourself, having enough love for the Most High, wanting to be obedient enough to say that, nah, pimp, I come with a price and you got to pay that. That price is your life. Yes, your life is a requirement. Because what you don't realize is every time you lay down with that man, that is what you are giving up, your life. But y'all don't. The possible effects from the sexual relationship should be enough for you to make that man put his life down as collateral. If you walk into a bank and take out a loan, they're going to ask you for something that they can take from you in case they don't get their money back. All right. You come and take out a small business loan. What do you have to put up? You can put up your house. You can put up your car. You have to put up something of equal or more value than what you want from me. Okay. You have to have something there so that if you don't fulfill your promise to me, then I have something that I can take from you to make me feel satisfied. Okay. And I know a lot of y'all gonna be like, oh, that's so cold. Why are you minimalizing? But I'm not minimalizing it. I'm trying to get you to understand that this covers every aspect of your life. Okay. It's not just emotional. It's not just, oh, I love him. Oh, he loved me, because I can't pay my bills off love. And y'all act like that, oh, because we're in love, none of that matters. That's some bull crap. And then in 2 years, you're going to be sitting up here complaining to anybody who listen about how broke he is and how he get on your nerves. And then 3 years down the line, you're going to be Let me read these comments. Free pass poon is dangerous. Dangerous and probably very nasty. Prostitutes charge for their services, but not you. You give gifts to your lovers, bribing them to come and have sex with you. Ezekiel 16 and 33. That is the Bible. Thank you, honey, for posting that scripture. Thank you. I know people was probably like, what, the Bible don't say that? Yes, the Bible said it. The Bible said it. And then to add on top of it, you paying them. You're paying them to come and chill with you. Well, I'm not giving up no money. You giving up your self-esteem. Every time he texts you and say you up and you say, okay, yes, and he coming out. And let's not act like y'all not getting up, making these niggas sandwiches and letting them drink all your baby's juices. Let's not act like that's not going on. Bribing them to come and have sex with you. Come over here. I'll do this. I bet you she ain't doing what I do. I got something for you. Come. Why? Why do you keep selling yourself short? And then you wonder why you always end up getting the short end of the stick, because you don't make people pay no price. So they come and they dump on you or dump in you. And now you just left there, but you didn't even realize what they left inside of you. And this is what's crazy. I was just thinking about it today. A lot of my current word choice is because of my husband. A lot of the expressions that I have, a lot of the things that I say, it's because of my husband. When you just off rip, like when you like someone, you start to emulate them unconsciously. This is why they tell you, like in those seminars where it's like how to win friends and influence people, like those type of help seminars. They'll tell you that when you're talking to someone, you should mimic their physical actions. So like I'm talking with my hands. So if you were like trying to talk to me and trying to reach me, you would then begin to move your hands the way I'm moving them. Why? Because a person likes to see themselves mimic. I'm mimicking you because I like you. And in turn, it makes you like me because you see how much do you understand what I'm saying? Okay, but what y'all start to do is y'all start to take on qualities of niggas that you don't really like and don't really like you. And I'm going to say you don't really like them because you don't know them. You don't know them. You might pick up on a slang or whatever. Okay, his accent so cute. Oh my God. Hi. He from Baltimore. I like the way he say stupid. He from Atlanta. I like the way he say twin. Whatever. For whatever reason. You like what he offers you. Years ago, Ice-T was doing an interview, okay? And I know, why am I quoting Ice-T? I don't know why I remember this, but years ago, Ice-T was doing an interview, and he was talking about when he first met a woman, when he would take them out and hold their hand, he would only give them like his pinky finger. He's like, I would never hold her whole hand. I will only give her my finger. Because you can only get this much of me. This is all you get of me. Don't ever be confused to think that you know all of me, that you have all of me. This is all you get from me. And this is all these niggas is giving you a pinky and you taking and running with it. You done built a whole family and a whole relationship off of a pinky, not realizing that you don't know jack about this man. You don't know nothing about him. You're meeting the representative, like I said. That's why... That's all you get is a pinky. And this is why you don't know that he don't really like you. Because you're so busy holding on to that little bit of what he gave you that you're not paying attention to what he's not doing. Okay. All you're paying attention is what you like. Oh, he cute. Oh, he this. Oh, he that. We do this. He take me there. He take me that. And let me tell y'all something, because I know a lot of y'all be saying I get up here and talk and just be talking. Um, but for a man who has money, spending money on you ain't nothing. And let's be clear, he's only spending enough on you to get what he wants. He know what kind of girl you are. He know if you a Applebee's girl or if you a Ruth Chris girl. He know if he can slide by Sonic and pick you up one of them juicy shakes or whatever. You know the drinks they have at Sonic. He knows what you require. Building a house off of Pinky is outrageous, but we do it all the time. And I say we because I've been guilty of this too. Oh, he taught me my eyes pretty. Let me start planning our wedding. Come on now. We're like Joan. Do y'all remember Joan from Girlfriends? I'm on a Girlfriends binge right now. I'm sorry. But do y'all remember Joan from Girlfriends? A lot of us act like that in real life. The man asks you for your phone number and you off picking baby names. He took you out for one day and made you laugh and smile, and you ready for him to move in, and you buying him a toothbrush and everything else. We got to stop being so quick. We got to stop being so quick to follow what appeals to our flesh, what appeals to our lust, what we think is going to give us the instant gratification. Okay. We got to stop following that, because every time it's going to end up in our failure. Some of our sisters degrade themselves for a drink in the blood. Listen, I ain't never been a come to the house kind of girl. All right. I ain't never been that. And this what y'all don't make these niggas feed you or nothing. You let him show up with a cheap bottle. You don't even make him buy the name brand stuff. You let him show up with a cheap bottle and not even a backwood, whatever kind of crap he could buy. You let him show up with whatever. And let's keep it funky. I don't care if he's showing up with a bottle of Hennessy and a pack of runts. You're still selling yourself short. Hennessy and drugs, please. He gonna bring this to the house every weekend. That's easy. This is why he only hit you up on Friday night. Because it's all you good for. You teach a man how to treat you by what you accept. And this is what I'm saying. He know what kind of girl you are from the conversation y'all was having on the phone. Because as soon as he hit you up and said, oh, when I'm going to see you, I don't know, when you going to come over? Why don't you come by? Or as soon as he hit you up and said, what you doing? Let me come through. The conversation should have been over right there. In case y'all, listen, let me help y'all out, because maybe some of y'all just don't know like how to have the conversations or whatever. So let me help you, right? He's on the phone with you and y'all are just talking. And now the first phone conversation, okay, maybe let's just fill each other out. Maybe two or three conversations. By that second or third conversation, he should be hitting at a date. I'd like to see you. I'd like to spend some time with you. When can we get together? Do you have any plans this weekend? This is what I mean by hinting at a date. Let me stop by the crib, shawty. It's not hinting at a date. Let me come over there and holler at you for a minute. It's not hinting at a date. What you watching on Netflix is not hinting at a date. Okay, so if he's not hinting at a date by the second or third conversation, then what else do y'all have to talk about? Because now you are moving yourself into booty call territory. You are now telling this man, you don't have to do anything more to keep me in your life. Just sit here and talk to me on the phone every now and then for a few minutes. And you all know that the only reason that a man is going to keep talking to you on the phone is because he's reserving you to get some coochie. And you know this, because when you haven't heard from him for a couple days, you blow his phone up. Why you ignoring me? He come over and lay it down, and then he leave and go on about his business, and y'all continue on the same cycle. You never require anymore. Listen, as soon as there's a hint of the date, and while y'all are planning the date, he's talking about, oh, where do you want to go? What kind of things do you like? Blah, blah, blah. As soon as we got this situated, my next question is, okay, what do I need to bring? Y'all need to start asking that question. Oh, what do you need me to bring? What can I do? And if his answer is anything besides sit here and look pretty, then honey, we don't have nothing else to talk about. And listen, that's just me. Okay, let me say this because some of y'all be getting mad at me about this. That's just me. I personally have never been the kind of woman that wanted to pay for a man to do anything. I'm gonna just be honest with you. I'm even in high school, like when my friends was dudes, if we did stuff together, they would pay for me. I've never been in a company of men and had to pay for stuff. I've never been in a company of men and volunteered to pay for stuff either. So, or maybe that has something to do with it. I don't know. But like I said, if I ask you, what do I need to bring on a date? And you tell me anything besides my beautiful face. All right, pimp. Well, I'll holler at you never. And that's just that. And now if he want to get with the program, then he gonna come back and try again. But if not, next. You know how you be on the water slide at the water park and they'll have you sitting at the top of the water slide and the water be like flushing down and you're sitting there waiting and you're waiting for that light to turn green. It's kind of like that when you're dating. The next person's not going to come until the first person's all the way off the slide. Well, what do you mean by that? I'm talking to multiple guys right now. Yeah, true. And what's so funny is you think that they don't know. Women are a lot more tolerant of other women being in their area. Um, and that's just the way it is. Like we just have to accept that, right? There's more women there than men. Um, and some women are just a lot more aggressive or whatever the case may be. So, there I mean, there's always going to be a woman around trying. There's always going to be a woman around trying. Please, let's be clear, okay? I am very happily married and I have all confidence that my husband is very happily married, but um I'm not under any stupid impression to think that he cannot go on his phone right now and pick between 20 and 50. And I'm not exaggerating. Like, I know this. And I'm going to be honest with y'all. I'm the type of woman that if no other woman wants you, what I want with your raggedy butt. I mean, nobody wants somebody that nobody else wants. And that's just real. That is just, ma'am, that's why the people who don't get chose don't get chose. And that is why the people who keep getting chose keep getting chose because everybody wants what everybody else wants. That is attractive to the majority of and as women living in 2020 fact that he's a man. Okay, and there's a shortage of straight available men, not even available. Hear me, because my husband is very married. Okay, these hoes don't care. They do not care. They just waiting. I know they waiting for me to mess up. Like, oh, as soon as she changed that pant size, as soon as she gained too much weight, as soon as okay. I'm not under any impression that oh my husband don't have no other options. It's never like that. Ma'am, his cousin. It's never like that. It's he always gonna have to understand this. Ensure that am, ma'am, sis cousin, as happily married as I am, and and as confident as I am, married as well, that we would be like this if it was not for of our personal relationships with the that's the building block, a source of it all. That is the only way that we are treating each other with any kind of decency. That is the only way that we are respecting our marriage, especially when you have a past like mine and a past like his. It has to be that commitment and that obedience to the Most High that is going to be the anchor that is going to keep both of you in a righteous position in order to make your marriage work. Hello, Shanika. He wants to sit in my lap. Come on. Say shalom and shalom to everyone.
Shalom and shalom.
Huh? What's what? No, that's water. You want some water? No? Okay. So yeah, I just wanted to talk to y'all about that. My main focus, in conclusion, right? Because I want to make sure we understand what I'm saying here. In conclusion, I encourage you, ma'am, sis, cousin, to focus on your relationship with the Most High first and foremost. Okay, because without that being right, you're not going to be able to do anything else right. Nothing else is going to work. Your relationships aren't going to work. You will not be a happy, whole, healed person without that relationship with the Most High being intact and being your anchor. It has to be your anchor. It has to be your source. You have to consider him in all of your ways. Yes, baby. Paxton's in the building, you guys. My sleepy girl. He is so sleepy. Oh. They can't see. Oh, do y'all see Pat? Look, he just came down here to lay down. I'm telling y'all, it's past Paxton's bedtime. By 8:30, he is ready to go to sleep. You want to say hi? Okay, so yeah. In conclusion, obedience to the Most High, first and foremost, the Most High over everybody, okay? And then we're going to use wisdom and discernment and in our relationships and picking the men that we choose to allow to entertain us, even the ones that we just allow to entertain us. We're going to use our discernment and picking them, and we are going to stay away from fools. We're going to stay away from people who are on that broad path to destruction, okay? Period. Now look, I curled my hair, I put it on rollers, and I've been sitting down here in this humidity, and it's just
not that bad.
It's not that bad. Do it look like I did it today? It do. Oh, thank you, Punky. Don't do it like that.
Why does it look so skinny?
Because it's my hair. What you mean? Anyway. Thank you so much for joining me on this evening. I hope something I said will help you. Whether you're listening live or on the replay. What else do I want to say? You want to tell people about the businesses?
Oh yeah. We take bounties inside, outside.
Top tier parties for all your indoor, outdoor, bouncy house needs. Don't forget to check out. What's next? The print doctors?
Yes.
The print doctors for all of your screen printing and apparel printing needs. What else? Mono's West Side Bully. Come on, Atticus. You about to be fired. I'm about to fire him.
No.
I'm about to fire you. We're fired.
I promise. If you fire me, I will beat you up.
What? Boy, you can't beat me up. What did we say? Mono's West Side. Oh, yes. Okay. Please don't forget to follow me if you are not already following me on these content creator streets. I am at Miss Mono's World. What you want to say? What? We can't hear you. What you say? Boy, anyway, you can follow me at Miss Mono's World out here, TikTok, Facebook, Instagram. Don't forget to check out the Light Hebrew magazine. I am in there, you guys. I'm in there. I have an article in there this month, but starting next month there will be a whole 2-page spread hosted by Miss Mana, I guess. Hosted by, right? I mean, I'm writing, but it's, my stuff. So hosted by Miss Mana. So make sure you check that out, tlhm.net. And I will be I'll post it on my socials so you guys can take a look. So remember, next Thursday, I'll be here at 8:30. Next Thursday, the boys start boxing. And yes, go ahead. What's up?
I know what I was gonna say.
Go ahead. What you gonna say? Okay, so next Thursday, the boys start boxing, so that's gonna push my time back. So
I think I know.
I'm gonna plan to be here at 8:30 with y'all. What? Go ahead.
I still want you need to exercise more.
Anyway, yeah. So 8:30 next week. I'm gonna be pushing that back, and then we'll see how that works out. Don't forget to join us. Don't have any other live schedules, but y'all be on the lookout. Hubby will be jumping on live. He's taking care of a really big order right now, which is why he's not here with us right now. But he's taking care of a really big order right now, so I can't give you a schedule on the times for the lives. But if you subscribe to the YouTube at Monologue Magat, MONOLOG MAGAD, you'll get those notifications when we go live. Okay. All right. I think that's it. I love y'all so much. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. Ooh. I need that.
One time.
I do.
Yeah.
Just like that. I'm fat.
3 times. 4 times.
Boy, anyway, all right. See, this is kids. They're gonna tell you the truth, and I want to assure you guys, I'm not fat. Okay, I'm not. I'm not fat. Stop saying that. I'm not fooling y'all. Okay, like I know y'all. Oh, you can only see the top. I'm not fat. One time for the men doing kind things. All right, I will see you on these content creator streets. I will see you on these content creator streets, and I will see you here next Thursday at 8:30. Atticus is probably going to be banned from all future podcasts. 25 lighters got them all on the trussel. If it ain't for you, ain't for you then. All right, I love y'all so much. Shalom and shalom. Good night. Mono.
Living super clean. Daddy came on.
One time for my king doing king things. Mommy's hoes cause he know he got a good thing.
Tune in to Why Boaz Don't Want Your Ass with your host, Miss Mono.
Shalom and shalom, sisters and cousins, and praise the Lord saints. It's your favorite housewife, Miss Mono.
Every Thursday from 8 to 10 p.m. live on YouTube at Miss Mono's World and Monologue Magad. Now also available on Nasaya TV on Roku and Fire Stick. Why Boaz Don't Want Your Ass. Don't miss it, sisters and cousins.
Let him save you in the end like a Semino. Beers help me, shout let the silly go.
One time for the men doing kind things. Dead Fred to the